What y'all up to here? Today I wanted to do a little video about a lesson learned today. This whole row was a red burgundy onion, and then this spring we got flooded, so most of them had died, but some of them survived. You could see there's like some purple ones there. Now I replaced the other ones with the Walla Walla onions. Okay, those are a big sweet onion. And the problem I'm running into, I thought the landscape fabric would be an ingenious idea to keep it weed free, but the problem I'm running into is I didn't anticipate them coming up off center. So some of them are, real good, but the further we get down here, they're starting, you see, and I'm worried that might be an issue. So next year I'm not going to use the fabric. Okay, I'm really worried that it's going to create an indentation in the side of the onion. But I wanted to also point out, mainly, look at the size difference and the growth difference between these and some of these. Some of these were grown from onion sets that my dad had. So as some of the red burgundies had died from the water, the ones that survived stayed, and then I replaced a few with the sets. Okay, like here's probably the most freshest one right there. It just started popping green there. So I wanted to show you. Now these are biannuals. Okay, so somebody grew that, and then it got pulled, dried, and shipped to a local store near you. I do not know what that bulb has been through. So using sets, I know that I am definitely more likely to have the onion start growing and then it want to go into flower. Okay, because if they go into their dormant period, being a biannual, that like kicks them into drive with telling them they have to shoot a flower up. And I don't know if you've ever noticed, but you ever gotten an onion that when you cut it in half, there's that green piece in the middle? Okay, something in that onion span of its life caused it to go into flower, and that's what it is. And once that happens, that stalk will be in there and it'll rot. So if you're going to eat the onion like right away, that's not a bad thing. But if you want them to store, your onions cannot bolt. They cannot go to seed. Otherwise, you will not be able to store them for the period that you need or for any kind of longevity. See, a lot of the times you can store these and even sell them next spring, only if they don't bolt. But you see the difference? I know that these were the sets because of how sucky they are. Those are from seed, okay? And I know that this landscape fabric isn't going to happen again because this is going to be a headache, I bet, especially with those ones that are pushing. Let me go show you my other onion patch, the one that I thought was going to be the problem, because there's no landscape fabric, right? You got to have the fabric to have less weeds, less smothering of them out. But look at this. See, this is my other onion patch here, and here. And they're growing so much more consistent. You see the height consistency in those? You see the size consistency in the bulbs? Okay. And these are all, these are Spanish sweets. No, these are Walla Wallas. So I've noticed that with proper spacing, I don't need the wheat fabric. And look at the size consistency in these, the growth consistency, these and the bunching onions. Okay, and these were all started from seed this spring. So I found my method now for seeds on onions and for planting onions. I'm not doing fabric, and they're all getting started from seed. These are just bunching onions. and these are the Walla Wallas. So, a little pointer today. If you're using fabric, be careful with your bulbs. Okay? Happy farming, y'all. Later.